Yo, you already know the score. It's your big dog, Fatty. Outside looking inside, surviving prison. Chia. Gia, right back. You already know the score. Salute everybody who tapping in. Hit that like or that dislike, however you feel. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel. Shoot your questions in. If you got some questions, if you got comments, concerns, whatever. Let's politic. Let's talk about it. I'm gonna hop right in here. I got a couple that I pulled out. Tell us something about you that you haven't already. So something about me that I probably haven't said on here is I really grew up like, well, I ain't gonna say can't say I grew up. I'm really a nerd. I'm really a nerd. Like when I went to school, I got all good grades, all A's and B's. I consider myself a nerd. I stayed on the honor roll, merit roll. My friends was nerds. They wasn't rough and tough or nothing. We was just nerds. We was just little kids. I'm speaking about like elementary school, third grade type, all the way up to I think I started not going to school when I got to like seventh grade. I had learned about the streets or whatever and started messing around in the streets a little bit. Then I was fighting too, but really my fight started because I was a nerd. I hung with the nerds. They had all the latest video games. I had all the latest video games. So we used to swap video games, spend a night over each other's house. I'd spend a night over his house, and he'd spend a night over my house. We stayed right around the corner. We always hung with each other and never got in trouble or none of the stuff. And then, but we stayed in the neighborhood, and in the neighborhood we stayed in, it was just infested with little boys all our age, seemed like, because it was so many of us. We had a couple different gangs. And we used to start fighting each other after. This was a couple years later though, but yeah, without getting all the way off into that story, because I'm about to feel myself drifting. Yeah, I was a nerd. And how it started, the bullies used to be bullying on us, and I fight them off. But then they found out that I can fight, so they'll stop messing with me. But then they'll still try to bully my buddies. So I fight for my buddies too. And then after a while, I talk my friends into fighting. Like, man, you can fight back if they really can't fight. If you can just do this, do that, do this, do that, and we are just we started fighting back, and then we started a gang. Ah, man, that's crazy. I turned the nerds into the gang. Yeah, we was Temple Phi Side. We called ourselves Temple Phi Side because we wanted to punch you in your temple. That was elementary school. Oh man, I made me go back to there. But all right, let me move on. What's your favorite thing to do now that you home? My favorite thing to do now that I'm home, there's so many things to do. There's so many things to do and so many things that I love to do. But the common denominator in each and every last one of them things is money. So my favorite thing to do is make money. Make money and find different ways to make money as easy as possible. And find as many ways as I can make money legally, because there's so many things out here that can be done to just make a couple dollars, make some money. So yeah, all my favorite things that I like to do need money to do. Well, they really don't, but it really helps. I just like to make money. I like to make money. But thinking about it again, I think my favorite thing that I like to do is just playing with my daughter, being home, playing with my daughter. I got so many favorite things to do, but as long as I got money, I'm cool, I'm straight. You feel me? Outside looking inside, surviving prison. We out here. We out here. We making it shake. You heard me? Hit that like or that dislike. My son was recently sentenced to serve 18 months in prison for his part in a failed attempt to steal an ATM machine. My son is a good kid and really never got into trouble until shortly after his favorite uncle's murder in 2022. First, it was like he stay out all night, no call, no answer, no text, nothing at all. He was 17 and in high school. I fussed and screamed, put him on punishment, the whole nine. But soon as I go to work, he gone. Sometimes for days. Found out that he started smoking weed and drinking. But the last straw was when I found a gun and a box of bullets in my house. I put him out, and he was living with friends. He's 19 now with gang affiliation and everything. I really think he's afraid and wants to change. Do you have any advice? Do I have? Okay, so he locked up. So hold on. Say he recently got sentenced to serve 18 months. So he got 18 months. And you think he's scared. So I hear a couple of things in there. But first what jumped out at me was that you said he was a good kid and he never got in trouble until his favorite uncle's murder. So that could be like, I don't know, did he see it? Do he know something about it or something like that? Um, but then it's his favorite uncle too, so something out of his life is gone. And then he was 17 at the time. That's still a baby, so that could have messed him up. He probably needed a little therapy. He probably still can use some therapy. You might need some therapy, but it sounds like right there he might have needed some therapy right there. The ball might have got dropped right there. Because you saying that's what you saying. You saying he was cool up until then. So need to revisit that with a therapist maybe. But then too, now he incarcerated and he got lucky. You know, things happen for a reason. We don't know what the reason is when things happen, and at the time we might feel like it's crazy or whatnot, but it can line you up and put you. It probably happened so you can hop on here, talk to me, and get some advice from me. I might be a part of it in some way, shape, form, or fashion. But I'm gonna tell you, talk to him and try to see about getting him some therapy. While he in there or having it set up when he come home, he only got 18 months. But talk to him, let him know that you love him, let him know that you in this corner. Like encourage him. You say he was a good kid, he was going to school, so encourage him to finish that. I don't know if he did finish that. You said he's 19 now, but you put him out when he was 17. So I don't know if he finished. If he didn't, encourage him to finish school. um, Encourage him to talk about his true feelings. Go see him. Let him know that you're gonna be there for him. Get stuff set up for him for when he come home. For when he come home to help him come home and be better. Um, yeah. So not a time to just get him back on track. Stay in his ear. Stay in his ear. Talk to him. Visit him if you can, if you able to, but just stay in his ear. Stay in his ear. Let him know you love him. Um, get that therapy set up for him too. He got 18 months, so you can find a good therapist or something. Or I think that therapy is like what's needed. He gonna need that. You saying it started when his favorite uncle passed away. That's when you start noticing the change. He was a good kid before then. His favorite uncle started passing away. So something that he loved and cared about just was snatched away out of his life. He only 17 years old. That's traumatic. That's extremely traumatic. Right there. Um, Then he started marijuana and the alcohol, and yeah, it just all started spiraling out. He probably just got something that he need to talk about, and he don't know how to talk about it. I don't know. Did he see the murder? Do he know who did the murder? Then you say he got gang affiliation now. Was his uncle in the gang? Is it the same? Is he following his uncle's footsteps? Like, it's a couple things going on in there right there that now is the time to find out while he's sitting down, and you can and you know he ain't really got probably don't have so many drugs in his system in there. Like it's drugs and stuff inside of there, but it costs like a whole bunch more than what it costs on the street for so small amount. So yeah, the gangs is definitely in there, and the negative is definitely in there. And if you might be the only positive note that he has, and that might shine through so bright that because right now that's what he ain't got nothing but time to just sit and think, and he's surrounded with criminals and other people who just want to do bad, you know what I'm saying? So now is the time you really need to be in his ear, um and talking to him and get him to map out a plan for when he come home. What's the plan? Uh, Try to find him some job resources, somebody that's willing to give him employment when he come home. Try to get him a bank account. I don't know if he got these things already, but try to have him something to look forward to for when he come home. Have him some things to look forward to. Um, like he got 18 months. You ain't gotta well, I was about to say don't load him up on commissary, but yeah, probably send him a food box and just talk to him and let him know that you going the money that you sending in there, instead of sending it in there, you gonna put it in the bank account so when he come home he can have it and start some. I don't know because I don't know what he got. I don't know what he gonna come home to. 18 months is a long time to be locked up in prison. You know what I'm saying? But it's not that long. And yeah, he do see light at the end of the tunnel, but he do not want to go in there. You need to do not go in there and get caught up with the gang activity that's going on in there. Because even though it may just be a fight or something, and it might be his gang got the numbers. It's more of them than somebody that they get into it with. You got to remember, he only got 18 months, and that stuff come to the street. Somebody from in there have been seeing you on the street, and you know what I'm saying, and then it's a different thing. So in my experience, the gang can kind of lead you along if you in there and you doing the right. Well, I don't know. I really can't say. I'll take that back. I take that back. That's a whole different culture, especially nowadays too. And he only 19. So I really can't say. I wish him luck though. I wish you luck. But that counseling therapy is definitely something that's needed, and then you might need some too. I think it'll help you too. But he definitely. It sounds like he definitely needed. Outside looking inside, surviving prison. Hey, if you got questions, hit me up. Hit me up. Send them to me. Send them to me. You already know I'm going to hop on here and I'm going to get busy. Hit that like or hit that dislike. You figure deal me? Hey, stay safe. Stay focused. Keep your eyes on the prize. Outside looking inside. It's your guy, Fatty.